reason is you couldn't cross to the third level, or the third barricade. It would create such frustration. Why? It is a frustrating game. Is there something of points or anything? You can eternally play it if you keep moving that bird up and down. The sequential algorithm he has put in there, but to keep dodging it at the speed with which it's difficult. You can't move, and people started getting so frustrated. They started, giving dirty calls and even threat calls and death calls to the one who made it. If you're that frustrated, don't play it. At least in the video games, you have that option, to delete the game and stay calm. Delete and keep calm. You can do that. In life, you don't have that kind of an opportunity to delete the game. You have to play it and try to stay calm. And in this process, the Lord here in the 14th shloka is giving us his, what do you call those fine prints? No, not footnotes. Disclosure. So this is Bhagavan's, not disclosure, disclaimer. So this is a disclaimer note by Bhagavan, not in fine prints, in bold prints. He says, I create this universe, not universe, cosmos. I create the rules. I create the beings and different creatures in this. And I've kept certain rules and regulations. But having put all this in place, I am not directly or indirectly responsible for the decisions that you make at your individual level. You can make decisions to move forward or fall backwards. That is your choice. Neither the punya, the merit, nor the papa, the demerits of your actions can control me, nor I get any kind of tainting that the Bhagavan has done a bad job, awesome job. I don't get any of these. It is squarely in your laps. It is similar to the disclaimer note that any game maker can make. He has made this game of life and has given us the rules and regulations. Understand it and play well, you'll go up. Don't understand it and rub against it, it is going to hurt. And who is responsible for that? At that point, don't blame. Why is God doing this to me? God has nothing. And this is his disclaimer. How many of you believe in horoscope? That Indian style kundali. They make the houses and they do a calculation and then interpret the calculations. In Sanskritam, it is called Jataka. Incidentally, that Jataka is what foretells Buddha's stories. Therefore, they are called Jataka tales. It talks about his earlier lives. So, in that book of horoscopes, which is called Jyotish Shastra, it's a science. Now, I'm not taking this example right now to prove or disprove. So don't take a tangential question and say, but Swamiji, horoscopes. No, we are not talking about the merits and demerits of horoscope. In that science of astrology, the first shloka is given by Brahmaji, Lord Brahma. He says that this is pure Ganita. Ganita means mathematics. And through this Ganita, you can calculate and come to the probabilities through which you can predict various possibilities that can happen in the future. But those possibilities are not written on stone. You can change them with your self-effort, called Purushartha. The very first shloka he gives that disclaimer. Meaning what? It squarely is in your lap, your control. So Bhagavan creates everything and gives us complete freedom to do what you feel like doing with it. If that is not called benevolence, I don't know what else can be called as benevolence. Like, for example, how many of your children have any one of these iPads, iPhones, whether it is mini pad or a major pad or any such gadget? Many of you? Okay, good. Why am I asking? Not to see how much you are pampering your children, but just to say that when you give it to them and something is not working and they are constantly banging it, you, the parent, don't you step in? Do you try to stop them and make them do according to what you think is right? I'm not questioning whether what you're thinking is right or wrong. Okay. God has given us this opportunity and He has also given us the freedom, saying, make it, break it, it is your choice. I will not do micromanagement. Whatever it is your choice that is going to come back to you as a good result or a bad result. That is up to you. You want to go beyond it. That also is your choice. Here he says, Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha. These actions do not bind me. They do not control me, these actions. It is squarely your responsibility. Continuing, he says, Yevam jnatva kritam karma. Repeat again. Yevam jnatva kritam karma. Purvairapi mumukshubhihi. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Purvaih purvataram kritam. Do we have Bhagavad Gita books in the bookstore? Do you know why I'm asking? There are many of you who have stopped bringing your books. Do you know what was our deal? What was that? Say it loud. If you forget, you buy a new book. We have at least 8 copies. Okay. Please get your Bhagavad Gita copies. All of you. This time I'll let you go. I'll not force you to buy. Just because I don't enforce it as you want to enforce it on children, don't take me for granted. Please bring the books. Continuing. Hey Arjuna, evam jnatva, understanding this, that it is solely my responsibility to uplift myself or to downgrade myself. All your ancestors have put their effort in uplifting themselves, and to do the right things in their karma. And they have benefited. You know your own ancestors and their history. They have benefited. Therefore, you also should understand this concept of karma and its application in its all thoroughness. Purvairapi mumukshubhihi. See, therefore, understanding one's own history has a great relevance. Whether good things have happened or bad things have happened, both would have happened. And both become, the source of inspiration and wisdom. As to what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing that we should not involve ourselves in. Both are understood by understanding one's own history and pride. The pride that comes gives us the confidence to work towards. When as a Hindu, wherein to find that pride, wherein say I can go back to refer to my own scriptures to find that clarity. When we nullify the entire scriptures and say they're bunch of shlokas which mean nothing. Some 5,000 years ago, some Krishna, I don't know if he was there or not, it was something which was real or not. How would it help now? If that kind of mindset sets in, then probably the scripture would not be able to help. Therefore, if you remember, there is one thing that you can question the scriptures. When you doubt the scriptures, then I don't know who else that you can go to wherein you can be saved. You know the difference between being doubtful and questioning? We've had a discussion on that aspect. Do you remember? No? Okay. Today seems to be a nice revision class for the entire. Coming from India, in my vocabulary, both these words, doubt and question, were like used as synonyms. Because growing up, our teachers always said, do you have any doubts? So we would ask our question and they would be clarified. So I came into this country and this was first year or second year. I had gone to one of these universities. After, I think it was UT Southwestern. And having spoken there on medication and meditation. And, I asked, do you have any doubts? So this girl, she got up and she said, I don't have doubts, but I have some questions. And she was very clear about the way she used it. So I didn't argue or I didn't challenge her my usage of words. I had to go refer to it. That is when I came to understand the difference. Question is, I totally am one with or have faith in what you're saying, but some aspects of it I don't understand. Can you clarify? A doubt is I don't have any trust or faith on what you're saying, let alone talking about questions. I don't even have faith in what you're saying. So faithless one is called that gives rise to doubt. The one who has faith but lack of understanding is called question. So therefore the masters of the past have always said, when you read scripture, don't read it just because they are saying so. Question it and investigate it thoroughly. Don't take it because some XYZ is saying it. Question it, investigate it, but investigate it with faith that it has some answers in it. It has no ill feeling as a bottom line that the humanity, when they'll read, they'll be in the grip of the business of Hinduism. There's no ill feeling like that. It was meant for the entire humanity for their benefit. So what is that benefit? Try to finding that is the question. You can question it. So here Bhagavan says, your ancestors have followed this faithfully, they have understood it, they have applied it, and they have attained to the highest through the application of these principles that have been spoken. Therefore, Arjuna, you have to also understand, you have already heard about the Karma Yoga, the second and third chapter. Do you remember? Seriously? Can I ask questions? No, I don't want to hurt myself. Really, Swamiji, you spoke about that? I don't know. Should I ask questions? Who said sure? We'll start with them first, right? So Karma Yoga was taught. But how or where do I apply this Karma Yoga? So that is being said here. So this particular sloka initiates that topic. So repeat after me. Kim karma kimakarmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yajñātvā mokṣase shubhat. What are you all doing right now? Hopefully listening and learning. As you said, listening and learning. When you go home and retire and sleep, what exactly are you doing while you're sleeping? Are you doing anything? Who said yes? क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ, while you are resting, what are you doing? She is the only one refusing to fall trap to my questions. Because what I just asked was a trick question. So while you are resting, what are you doing? Resting. Because usually our answer is nothing. Now resting is also doing something. See, if you look at typical Indian family wherein the women, okay, how many of you are housemakers? So what do you do whole day? Do you work? They don't work actually. They slog. Day in and day out. So much. But the Indian women mindset, ask them, and if they're not going to a job, and ask them, are you working? What is the immediate answer that you hear? No, I am a stay-home mom. You may be, very well staying at home, but still you're working. Right? As much as doing is an action, not doing something is also an action. Last 5 seconds, what was I doing? Nothing. Not speaking was also an action. Do you get the difference? Once I got into a big trouble while traveling from, entertaining trouble, traveling from a place called Machli Patnam to Vijayawada in a bus. I'd finished my lectures there. I got into the bus. There was only one seat available, rest of them were occupied. So I put my luggage in the and then sat down. And this guy, he turned around and said, "I'm a lawyer. I'm so and so." I said, I kept quiet. I said, "How rude of you. When somebody says their name, you have to tell your name." I said, "Did I ask?" Ekdam jabardasti. You push yourself, your name, and I'm not. Take your name and things that you have said back. These were the thoughts that ran in my head. I didn't say it out loud. And then later I felt that I should have said that. So I said, I do. I'm not into a profession kind of a thing. I do. So yeah, I'm seeing you're in those days I was wearing yellow clothes. So these yellow clothes, you're some kind of a monk or something. And that kind of a disgust on his face. I said, yeah, I am. And then he went on to such a tangential level. For next, whatever 2 hours journey, I had such thorough entertainment. And he started raising his voice as if I had stolen something from him. People like you, educated, young, energetic, doing nothing. You are like a burden on this earth. And he went on of that philosophy of, why it is a waste being what I am. The idea is that whatever he has defined as activity is the only kind of activity. There can be many other kinds of activities, and if I had given him this meaning that day, it would have been even more funnier. To say that not doing something is also an action. What am I doing right now? What am I doing? Holding something. That's why I did not ask, what am I holding? What am I doing? Holding something. What did I do just now? Holding it is an action. To unhold is also an action. Therefore, when I say resting, relaxing, sleeping, ing, even in a grammatical manner, when you look at it, it is denoting a verb. Verb means an action. It means you're doing something. Have you heard of the joke of Milka Singh? He won the Olympic medal. Probably one of the only ones who went up, in those ancient times. There's a movie also on his name now. Bhag Milka Bhag. It was on his true life story. So he won his medal, and he was lying on the lawn. So everybody passing by, now he was famous, right? So everybody passing by looked at him and said, "Are you relaxing?" He said, "No, I'm Milka Singh." "Are you relaxing?" I said, "No, I'm Milka Singh." So finally he got so irritated that everybody passing by is thinking that I'm somebody else. And he goes out. He said, "Let me find another peaceful place." And he goes out, and as he is going in a bench, there was another Sardar sitting and reading the newspapers. And he goes there, "Bhai Sahab, are you relaxing?" He said, "Ji, huh? Yes, I am." And he gets so mad and he slaps him one tight and says, "Fool, everybody is searching for you inside and you are sitting here." Anyway, jokes aside, coming back to the point, whether you are, so it comes down to the field of responsibilities, that sometimes we end up doing things saying, "I am frustrated, I am giving up, I don't want to do anything." Not doing something is also considered as an action. Therefore, as similar to sins of commission, sins of omissions is also something that we acquire. In the Prayaschitta Shloka, do you know what is Prayaschitta Shloka? You all chanted though. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत्, whatever I do which acquires me the sins of omissions and commissions, O Lord, protect me by giving me wisdom to do things that I have not been doing which I ought to be doing, to not do and indulge in things that I am not supposed to be indulging in. So both kinds. So this comes into the field of that responsibility. So what is karma, akarma, vikarma? Karma, that which you ought to do. Vikarma, that which you are not supposed to do. Akarma, it's called inactivity. So what is it? It says, aham te pravakshami. I will tell it to you in detail next week. So remember that we covered till the 16th shloka. We will continue with the 17th one next week. Huh? Oh, next week there is no Balvihar. I don't know. I'll be stuck in these 3 shlokas again. I'm scared. You're saying something? I know. I remember having finished this topic last time also, but anyways. Om Shanti Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.